1-star reviews.
The Hunt.
The Hunt for the worst film. What do you think?
The horror is that this movie got made. It's almost impossible to believe that a movie this bad could have been written, directed, produced, and distributed without someone saying, "Stop." There's absolutely nothing to like in this film. From the insipid portrayals of both the elite and the deplorables to the terrible writing and the slow-paced direction. Watching this movie is like watching everything that is wrong with America, large amounts of money being wasted on abject stupidity. Whatever you do, do not spend your own money on this.
Simply terrible. Do not waste your money. Good concept. Absolutely ruined by sheer cringy acting. I think this is probably the worst film I've ever paid to watch. How it made it as far as the cinema is beyond me.
Waste of time. This movie was a complete mess. Don't waste your time.
Red vs Blue. This film was originally stonewalled because of its heavy political reviews, and it looks like Hollywood simply wants to continue dividing our country. If you support this film, then you are only further dividing this country yourself as well. This is a blue vs red, no matter how you put it, and it is extremely sad that in today's time, we as a nation could even consider watching something like this. In short, to make a movie about deplorables is just sickening and full of hate. You can find the archived historical reviews and insights from the film and see that it truly was and is currently a dividing movie for our nation.
Worst movie I have ever seen. I have been to movies where I have wanted to walk out and get my money back, but never did, until I saw this abomination. Regardless of your political leanings, killing people based on their own political leanings is not funny or should ever be considered humor. This pile should never have seen the light of day. Just a hate film. They never should have put out this hate film. Why should they put out a poor film that at least half the country will dislike just from how they set this up? It seems like a film for only the Hollywood idiots.
Pretentious. Don't bother. It's trying way too hard to make you think, but it just fails. Watch The Hunger Games instead.
Absolute useless pile of crap. Avoid at all costs. I don't understand how much money these mongoloids have to just put out anything that meets their uncreative whimsies. Seriously. I was just bored and wanted to be entertained, and boy was I mistaken. Most bad plot line and story, if you could even call it that. Ruins a disappointment.
The worst movie ever. This was by far the most boring movie. I left early. Yawn.
Beyond absurd. Why can't movie directors, writers can't come up with real storylines, not some backyard crap? These days you get crap like this, or they have to redo old movies. Do they not know how to write or think of their own storylines? This movie is all about politics. In my view, racist towards others' values. Belief. Sad these good actors are so hard up they have to stoop to this movie's level.
No meaning for it. This movie is a shame for the film industry. You should not watch it and lose 2 hours of your life on this crap.
New and refreshing. Not. Woman smart. Man stupid. Woman strong. Man weak. Woman good. Man evil. Etc. 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 When does it end? Yes. I agree. For years women in general and in Hollywood have been getting the short end of the stick. But does every new show and movie that comes out have to shove this old fact down our throats? It's nowhere near new and refreshing. It's old and cliché. Just like the man always being the hero is cliché. When is Hollywood going to combine the two? Men and women can be smart, strong, and good in the same movie, just as well as stupid, weak, and evil. This movie, as it's said, talked about but not seen. That's because all the talk is about how stupid it is. Hence, no one is watching. Besides the fact that I am a man, I can count to 21, standing naked in front of a mirror. And I managed to put this fact together, all on my own. There is a reason this movie's original air date was postponed, as well as newly aired and immediately being streamed. It's garbage.
Nice. Nice film to spur on those racial tensions. Way to go, Hollywood.
Pure junk. Do you remember the movie, The Interview, that garnered so much publicity when they removed it from theaters for political reasons? A film that was so bad there was no way it could have broke even without some stunt like that. Well, this is the same thing. Total trash. Nothing done right, and they built up this hype. People rushed to see it, and for what?
Not another one, please. I'm tired of movies teaching the public more horrid ways to kill each other. I've been watching horror movies since 1971. Yeah. Slaughter is shocking and freaky. Blah 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 blah. It's just another version of the bloodlust of the Romans. And almost every other culture. Sad. I just saw the ad for this and thought, wow, is this really what we need now? Nothing like a good old boys human hunting party. Tone it down, people.
This movie is released during the worst timing in the US. I love crazy horror flicks, but this movie portrays the worst stuff during this time. Hope you actors or producer proud about the money you made releasing this crazy. Like I said, I like Hostel and the collection. This is too real to reality. Hope your carriers are affected. Karma.
Worst acting since Twilight. If you pay to see this, you don't deserve to be happy.
Awful movie. Seriously, this movie was terrible from start to finish. The way they made all Trump supporters look like. It is almost as Hillary Clinton herself wrote the script. It is just awful acting with a political agenda.
Waste of time and money. There was a reason this movie wasn't released the first time. And it's encouraging society to separate their political views, causing controversy. This movie was poorly directed and should have been another Purge sequel. Leave the politics to politicians and think as an individual.
Worst movie ever. Worst movie ever. Cringe actors. So bad dialogues and scenario. I'm wondering who paid for this movie. Someone came to the producer and showed him this and he said, "Oh great, I want to pay for this."
Shame. I lost 2 hours watching this movie and I rate this 1 star glowing star due it is good video director. But it is bad and shameful for cinema. I don't recommend to watch this movie unless you have no movie else.
Don't waste your money. Worst movie ever. They're lucky they released it on Prime early because of the coronavirus. 'Cause no one would go to a movie theater to see it.
Absolute garbage. The plot is so predictable and weak. And that's giving it lots of credit, saying it has an actual plot. Honestly, Michael Bay films have more depth than this. Acting was subpar, I guess. Not completely horrible, but definitely nothing award-winning. I definitely would not recommend nor watch it again.
Nonsensical rubbish. Not satire. Not comedy. Not anything. Absolute garbage pretending to have some underlying message. Didn't bother to watch the whole thing as it is a complete waste of time. Got really fooled with the positive feedback here.
Not sure what was it, but it was boring. I'm not sure what's this movie supposed to be about. I saw it because Hilary Swank. And, you guessed it, there is not enough Hilary Swank on screen. Instead, we have a poorly written, unlikable American stereotypes with actors that can't act doing random things. Is this supposed to be commentary on what happens in the USA or something? I'm not American. I wanted to see fun slasher. It's not fun. And it's a poor slasher. Waste of time.
What's the purpose here? Entertaining. Sorry, didn't get it. More like disgusting.
Total crap. Wasted time watching this. Had high hopes after seeing the trailer but greatly disappointed. Avoid at all costs.
20 minutes into this garbage I turned it off. In a supercharged political environment of today, this is a terrible idea. What kind of sick mind would think of taking people out to hunt and kill them just because they don't see things eye to eye? So why did I rent the darn thing? Corbin 19 lockdown and Bird out of my mind. This is a sick deranged movie. The makers must be seriously twisted. Karma comes to all. When you run out of ideas. Just plain garbage. The acting. The dialogue. The whole concept is plain trash. A total waste of time.